is a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Oklahoma Sports Network's consent is prohibited. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be used without express written consent.
Class 4A semifinal between the Wagner Bulldogs and the Elgin Elves here on Oklahoma Sports Network. Looking over the middle, got Morrison, caught by Brody.
Great response right there by the
To halftime. To the locker room we go. 14-10, our halftime score.
Hey, let's go! Let's go! Oh, 3/4 right to the right. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Baby! Let's go!
All right, welcome to the Rising Eagle Brewery, site of the Elgin Coaches Show. This has been a long time in the making for those who have followed our Coaches Show, because I'll remind you back in August when we started this, when we did that in Lawton, and we had 6 area schools contributing each and every week, and that was 0 week back in August. And now you see we're all in our warm stuff, and I was telling Vincent that I said, when you see pictures like when Coach comes and he's got his beanie and he's got his thick jacket on, that was not a game that was played in August. So congratulations to the Elgin Owls. A lot of history in the making, still continuing, not only with the athletes on the team, but the first time to ever make a semifinal appearance. They get a great win. It was number 1 versus number 2 all year long, basically, and you kind of settled it on the field. Elgin victorious, and they punched their ticket to the state finals Saturday afternoon up at UCO. It's going to be a great atmosphere. It's going. I didn't even check the weather. Weather's going to be okay?
Weather should be fine. It looks like it's going to be sunny, maybe a little bit chilly, but I don't think it's going to matter at all to the players on the field about the weather. They're just happy to be playing for that gold ball.
All right, so we are live here at the Rising Eagle Brewery, and Thomas with an H, Tom.
Yes.
Tom is here, and he unveiled all of that last week, and he got more heaters this time to make sure, because we're in the outside back patio, and we want to thank you for hosting, but thank you for having us. And what's it like? You said Mondays is a typically busy night for you.
Oh, well, the whole day is busy. just getting ready for the week and preparing from the weekend with food orders and beer and everything else.
Now, I know that Saturday you already told me you got plans because you're having to stay and hold down the fort. I think you're going to hold down all of Elgin. I don't know if JJ is going to have you have the keys to the city to make sure that it's locked. Lock the gate, where everybody leaves and open it up when you get back. But you've got the game that you're going to have on the NFHS network up so they can see it, and then Army Navy. So you got both going on at the same time.
So super fun, super awesome. It's going to be fun having both games on and having the people here in Elgin that cannot make it to the game out there to watch it, plus all the Fort Sill people here cheering on, so they get to see not only Army and Navy, but also the Owls.
Yep, that's right. Anything else you want to – I know you got Christmas coming up. Anything else that you want to talk about, either your menu-wise? We know your craft beer that you make from scratch, and if you've never seen it, you walk in and the whole apparatus is right there in the back side of the restaurant. But what else you got?
So one of the newer items that we have is a taco, but it's not your regular taco. It's a bulgogi taco.
Oh, okay.
So bulgogi meat.
I'm a big fan of bulgogi, so that's good.
So it's not heavy, it's light, but it's filling.
Well, very good. So you can say you got any kind of this back patio is available. Anybody that I know. Christmas is not really a time to be outside, but you got the heaters. But if you got a party or stuff like that, you can come and use that, especially during the daytime too, huh?
That, and then we also have the Eagles Lounge right next door.
Okay.
That you can rent out.
Okay. Very
for
good.
Any kind of parties.
All right. Well, thank you very much for hosting us. For these 2 weeks. And Coach says, boy, when we all Vincent asked, he said, well, hopefully we'll do this again next week on Monday. And here we are again. Yes. So. Good place to be. All right, so we're going to take a quick little break, and we're going to talk to the superintendent of Elgin Public Schools, Mr. Nate Merez, and we're going to talk to him a little bit about Elgin Owl football. And, of course, we got both offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, head coach, and players in the house at the Rising Eagle Brewery. And we'll take a timeout and be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Bank First is uniquely Oklahoman, deeply rooted in over 50 communities statewide. From those roots, our investment in education springs forth, helping to raise the Oklahoma leaders of tomorrow while providing financial strength to the business leaders of today. That's the kind of loyalty that helps entire communities thrive. Bank First, loyal to Oklahoma, loyal to you.
All right, we're at the Rising Eagle Brewery here in Elgin, Oklahoma, site of the Elgin Coaches Show, and we roll on with a lot of special guests, and I wanted to make sure this morning I made an instant text to the superintendent, Mr. Nate Merez from the Elgin Owls and Elgin Public Schools, and you and I go way back. I actually knew you when.
That's right.
I can do that with Ryan. Ryan's in the house, and I said, well, I did Ryan's first, a start, in a playoff game.
Right. Yep.
Asopo guy goes down. Ryan has to come in, so I knew him when. That's I knew you and Mr. Laura were coaching there.
Coaching those guys.
Yeah. Coaching those guys over at Lawton High. And so, anyway, we've had a great relationship. Elgin has been very special to us on the network. When we started this 9 years ago, there was 3 schools on the network that started. It was Lawton High, it was MacArthur, and it was the Elgin Owls. And so I appreciate your willingness to let us come along for the ride for all of the great things in the sports. We've had some great basketball seasons when your oldest son was a player, and we were a part of that. I know your other son was a part of that team last year. And I think you got one more son?
I have a son, Nicholas.
Yes.
Tanner's the oldest, Nicholas, and then daughter Marissa.
And Marissa there, okay. Well, just talk about how thrilled you are. I mean, as a school district, I mean, you guys have been doing things right. You know, you upgraded all of your facilities. I know we were only lacking a couple of the bathrooms at the baseball and softball field, you know, that kind of thing. But it started with football a while back. But, you know, just from your seat of being the superintendent of Elgin, what does this mean to the community?
Well, it means the world. We firmly believe that the activities are what, you know, make us special. So the academic side of it, we have terrific teachers, great parents, send their kids to school ready to learn, ready to behave. And so that allows us to build on that and have a lot of extracurricular activities for the kids to get attached to, from ag, band, drama, and all of our athletic programs. And so we upgraded facilities with the last bond issue, had the Performing Arts Center, the new field house, home grandstands, the turf, and of course that's made a call to Chalmer, and I'd coached Chalmer at Elgin here. Mr. Laura was the head coach, I was an assistant, and had just always been watching him and knew that it was the right time. He's a young, energetic coach, dedicated to the trade, and great cooperation from Frank Solomon, the superintendent at Noble. Chalmer came in the end of the school year, and the superintendent let him out of his contract for the last 15 days, which is not done very often. He came in and did spring ball, and from there has just been building. Yes, we had some rough years, which happens.
Right.
Even when we weren't winning a lot of games, they were doing everything right. They had high expectations. The kids behaved. Got the parents on board, which is easy to do with these guys as the staff, and we hit the right talent level, and it's been terrific. It's been just awesome.
Well, one of the things I want to say, and I was going to ask, and I just kind of missed, but I knew this 3 years ago. Elgin were the academic state champions in Class 5A at the time.
That's right.
And they won it back-to-back years. And in fact, when I saw Coach Chalmer take the award the first time, and I knew he was very diplomatic, and
sure.
I just knew that being there in a state game in that atmosphere to say, I'm here for a trophy, but it's not the trophy that I want.
Yeah.
But
Right.
for you, being the superintendent, you got to be very proud. And I don't know how many schools do this, because usually they bring out the academic champion, and they didn't even make the playoffs sometimes.
Right.
But how is it 3 years in a row,
Yep.
and now not only academic state champions, but a chance to become state champions in the athletics as well?
Yeah, I think one would say that it's what it's all about. They do a very good job getting it done in the classroom, and now out on the field,
Right.
they're just performing like we know they can. And so it's a real proud moment for all the Elgin community. They're really high character kids, focus on academics, and we are rough and tumble on the field. The physicality of that last game was just amazing.
Yeah.
Wagner was hitting hard, and we were just right there with them and
Yeah.
just beating them down with our big offensive line, big defensive line. It's just fun to watch. That was good football.
Well, and these are the two teams that were highlighted to say, boy, we'd like to see them at the end of the year. Unfortunately for them, or you, if you were to lose, it was a semifinal. Yeah. It was number 1 against number 2. Settled it on the field, and I know Tuttle is going to be another storied program that's next, but I knew Wagner. In fact, a couple of years ago, I saw them with Cushing. They had lost to Cushing in the regular season pretty bad, and so all the Cushing fans thought, okay, this is a breeze. We're going to win the state title, and they come in expecting that, and Wagner had that confidence. They had been there before. They knew what it was like, and they came back and won that just 2 years ago. So I knew their tradition. I knew what they were capable, but very physical. But I knew that Elgin was physical, and a lot of guys from Oklahoma City area that they know are part of the Oklahoma Sports Network, and they didn't really get to see a lot of Elgin games. They said, are they really that good? Are they really that physical? I said, you need to see them, because, yes, they are. They're the real deal.
The superintendent at Wagner is a gentleman. I followed him at Cache High School.
Okay.
So Randy Harris was the principal at Cache High School. I got that job. Then he got a job being a superintendent. Then I came over here, and he saw me on the field before the game, and his first comment was, man, y'all are big in person. And we are. And, and of course, saying all that about Wagner, Tuttle is right there, storied program, does everything right. They're going to be a tall task, but our guys I know are up to it.
Okay. Anything else you want to ask?
No, I mean, just like I said, as a parent of two little girls in the school system, I want to thank you for everything that you do for our community and as superintendent. And I know for you it's a great time to be an Owl. I think for all of us in the community it's a great time to be an Owl. And look forward to seeing you Saturday on the sidelines with just as much enthusiasm as you had Friday on the sideline.
I'll try not to go on the field too far.
I don't think Coach Trump would like that if you got a penalty.
That's right.
Well, we'll just fake it and put a headset on you, and you'll say he's part of the coaching.
I think don't get us into that Newcastle Guthrie deal.
Oh, no, I don't want that.
I think he's had to say before, that's our superintendent.
Yeah, that's
playing away.
That's all right.
Hey,
he's
a
been
coach, always a coach, right?
That's right. It never leaves you. All right, we're having fun yet. Okay, we got Coach Chalmer. We also got our offensive defensive coordinator, players, and so much here, and a great audience here that we love at the Rising Eagle here in Elgin, Oklahoma. We'll be back with Coach Chalmer Wyatt right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Memorial Medical Group's orthopedic specialists are the most experienced team in Southwest Oklahoma. Our orthopedic surgeons are trained to diagnose and treat shoulder, knee, hip, hand, and foot conditions, as well as orthopedic trauma, sports, or work-related injuries. And they're the only ones in the area to offer Mako robotic-assisted surgery for knee and hip replacement. When you need bone and joint help, trust MMG Orthopedics to get you back to living your best life.
I think if you ask every